Hi, I'm Vixykins, and I've been asked to do some video tutorials before now, but I've never quite been able to work out where to put the camera. So I've stolen my daughter's in-car holder thing for her iPhone, and it's got a very heavy base on it, so I think we're cooking on gas now. I wanted to show you how I particularly colour in magnolias. I have been asked quite a few times. So the image that I've chosen today is called Peony Tilda, and it's from one of the newer collections from this year. So what I do first is I use the blush Promarker, and I give it a good base coat, so I just colour in the entire skin in a blush Promarker. You don't have to be too neat with this, obviously don't go over the lines on the outside, but just give it a good scribble. This just gives the ink somewhere to slide onto. So there's not that much skin on this one either, so this one's quite an easy one if you wanted to have a go of it. So that one's done, and what I do next is that I'll put in the cheeks, which I use baby pink. So starting from the outside, I just curl it round a bit and then I flick in, so it's a more natural look rather than the circle that you see some people doing sometimes. So it just blends it in, and then I put just a little bit up the side there. Okay, and the next one that I do, because I like to build up the colour on them, is I'm using Sun-Kissed Pink, which is a nice skin tone as well. So I bring that in like that, bring it into around about the eye, and then just slide it down, and then just stop just when you get to the cheeks. So you leave that pink and then start again underneath, bring in a bit more. Don't be too worried if she looks a little bit scary at the moment. Another thing that I particularly do with magnolias, I like to put a little bit of a nose on them as well. It just breaks the face up a bit for me. And then this is the shadow area here again. So I'm putting some shadows down on her legs, like that. And then I go even darker. So this is the Coral Promarker. You may notice that it says coral in the centre. This is a very, very old Promarker, one of the originals, and it's still going, and I use this on every single design that I do. So that's how long these pens last for. They're brilliant. I also have a fine nib on the coral as well to get into the little places, but you might not have the fine nib, so I'll put that aside for now. And see how easily it just clicks off like that, and then you can take it off like that. Simple. So I'm just adding in, so I'm leaving this bit at the top here, so I'm just starting the darker shadow from around there. Don't worry too much if you go into the hair, and again just dotting it down and leaving the cheeks pink, and then just bring it down. And what I like to do with my magnolias is just do a little arrow pointing in towards the eye, like that. And then again at the bottom, so you can see the Sun-Kissed Pink is there, and then you've got the blush, which is your base coat. And then again, just put this in the shadowy bits. This is going to be your darker shadow. There you go. And she looks dreadful at the moment, but patience. And again, this is Cinnamon. You can see just how battered and ruined this one is. It's one of the old ones, and again, I've had it for such a long time, 3 years, and it's never run out. I've never needed to replace it. Brilliant. And again, I've got a fine nib on the Cinnamon. These are really, really good if you want, you know, some real fine lines. They're really good. Highly recommend. but you may not have them, so I'm just doing this tutorial with just the normal Promarker nibs. And then I use some cinnamon just in the very edges, here and here, and then just put a couple of dots up to the top, and then just right along the bottom, like here, and then you're ready to go. So what I do now is I go back to my blush. I'll just add a little bit of cinnamon over the nose as well. There. I go back to the blush, and then you push in, start from the outside and push the colours in. Doesn't matter so much if you go over the pink at this stage, because I'll be adding it back in. So just push it right in towards the eye. And on this side, just keep pushing those colours in. And then over the nose. And then I colour over the entire lot once it looks like it's blended enough. And that's your first coat done. I usually repeat this so that you get a good depth of colour. Always leave the lightest bits until last. Start from the darkest and push them in towards the light. Now that's that done. And then I just give this one a bit more of a touch up, because that's how we're looking at the moment. So you can see that's quite dark around this area, so I need to be blending that in a bit more. So I'll be adding a little bit more coral. So this is my second layer going on. If you feel you put too much ink down, and you can see the ink is starting to come out at all, then just let it dry back, because you can saturate the paper and it'll just make it bleed over the lines, and then your work's ruined. Either that or you have to cut it out or use one of the tricks. So now I'm using the Sunkissed pink again and bringing it in a little bit more. And then pushing those colours in. And then I'm going back to my blush, and then just giving this a light coating over, because it should blend in quite nicely now. And the leg's going to be a little bit darker because she's sat down, so it's going to have a bit of a shadow on it. And then finishing this off, putting some more baby pink. And then just touch there, and a little touch there. And that's how I do my Tilda's faces. Can you see that okay? So I'm going to work on the hair in the next video.